Hey guys, hope you all must be doing good, great, and to the best of your health and spirits. Once again, Abdullah this side here, wedding photography business coach, where I teach all the photographers, cinematographers, job professionals, unemployed people, everyone who wants to start their own production company or photography business, or especially wedding photography business. I help all the people in there to start, scale, manage, market, expand your super profitable wedding photography and filmmaking business, or any production company that you want to start. And in this today's session, in this today's powerful YouTube video, I'm going to talk on why do you need to educate your client. Why do you need to educate your client about your processes at your company after the event shoot has been done or before the event is about to get shoot? Why is it important? So I'll just give you a little example on this so you'll be able to understand in a much more better way. So when it comes to a wedding photography and filmmaking thing, you have to make a documentation of that. You have to either send that to the client, you have to you can either make a video of that and educate the client, pre-educate the client before the event and after the event as well, so that the client or customer or your couple does not assume anything. Actually, if they assume anything on their part and you have not communicated to them, communicated that particular thing to them, they will say that, did you tell us? So I'll just give you one example so you'll be able to understand in a much more better way. So what happened when I started my company Grey White Studios at some years back, I actually did not have this idea, did not learn this thing that you have to actually educate the client that you are going to deliver these things in such time span of time. So what happened, I'll tell you. I used to say that you will be delivered a wedding film and a teaser and a highlight that you also must be doing, and the people who are into the wedding photography industry, they must be knowing about this. So actually what happened, the client just after the wedding event, he started to call me up and said it's always been 15 days and we have not received anything onto the video part. And you know what did I say? I say the client name was, I cannot disclose the name just for the time being. Let's just take a name, that Himesh. So I said, like, Himesh, we actually deliver the wedding film within 30 days. So 30 days is the maximum time limit. Then Himesh said to me, did you inform this to me? Did you inform this in an email, or did you inform this on the call? Did you do it? And guys, I just found a very tough lesson onto that part. Even after that, what happened? I found a lot of challenges were coming with the song selection part with the client. So client would say that we do not like the song. Then after that, I came up with this thing that after the wedding will be done or before the wedding, I'll ask the client for some song preferences so that we can understand the taste of the couple, what kind of music they are looking for. So you cannot obviously give a very solemn and a very peaceful, or not peaceful, a very intense music to a Punjabi client, because they want to show off, right? They want to show some bhangra and all that stuff. So you have to understand the taste and preference of the client. So even after that case, what happened, I was not aware of this thing. I used to give the wedding films to the client with my songs, with my choice of songs, and I did not used to think that it is their wedding film, not my wedding film. Their choice has to come into the picture, and we have to develop something similar to that, right? So that after I made a document of that, and I posted everything that needs to be educated, that needs to be communicated to the client before the event and after the event. And how I do it still now, I'll just share that complete thing with you so that you get to understand a complete understanding of it, and you understand it goes completely into your deep. So if you want me to take you deep, just type in the chat box, in the comment box, take me deep. Just type TTMD, take me deep, right? And with this, let's just go on. So here we are once again in the 3-pointer stuff, just 3 points and you are done. You will understand why is it important to educate the client. Now just the first question is why it is important. Why do you have to do it? Because what happens, you do not want anything client to assume, right? They can just assume anything and they will form some bad assumptions about you, and they'll feel like you are not delivering up to the mark. So that in that case, you have to educate about your company processes, about the pre-production process, on production process, and the post-production process. You have to educate on all these three parameters, right? So that is why it is important, so that the client does not make any assumptions, right? Just type in the chat box assumptions if you are getting this, right? So now coming on the first point, this is pre-production. Yes. So suppose the client wedding date is 15th of March. Before that particular wedding, there are a lot of things that you can educate to your client, like in how many days you will deliver the film, to send some videos or some song preferences about their wedding film, if you could ask the client. So a lot of pre-production thing goes on. So I'll just share one example with you. So one thing is hard disk email. What is this hard disk email, that pre-education that I have to send to the client? So what happens, the client sometimes is not sometimes always the client is not aware of the fact that we at Grey White Studios, we have two hard disks. We make the data, all the data in the master hard disk, which is called the master copy, and the another data we copy into the client's hard disk. For that, client has to give us the hard disk to us. We do not give them the hard disk into the package, right? They have to give it to us. But the concern is that when we have a lot of clients, it gets very challenging and difficult to send the emails to all the clients exactly after 10 days or 4 days, and to keep a follow up of that. So for that, we use email marketing applications in our company. So what is that email marketing applications? So this is the email marketing web application that I use. In this I can schedule my email like before 10 days of the client's wedding. Certain mail starts to go. So I'll just open this link with you. Hard disk handover. If you see over here, hard disk handover. So in this email automation, you'll find that just before 10 days of the wedding, 10 days before the wedding of the client. See, date is 10 days before the contact's anniversary. Anniversary means client's wedding date. Just before the 10 days, the mail will start to go up, right? If you want to learn this automation, how to automate your processes and your business and your company at your whatever production or photography company or wedding photography company that you have, you just click on the link over here, see if the webinar or any live session is happening. You can just come up over here and I just show that over there, right? So the email actually goes onto the automation mode. So I'll just open this link for you, and you'll understand what kind of email we send it, right? And it's a complete deeper thing, right? You have to either you send the manual emails or you send the automated emails. That does not matter. But what objective you need to achieve is that you have to educate your client. If the client is educated about your process, about your shooting style, about your films, about your processes, then a lot of things, comes onto the easy mode, right? So if you see over here, hello, first name G, and before proceeding ahead, kindly mark this mail is important, okay? The below guidelines for your wedding or any other event is going to be very, very important. I'll just zoom it a bit for you so that you understand it. You just able to see it, right? These are the guidelines for your events, for your post-production process. As we have to start editing your events, we need a hard disk to be handed over by someone or you on your wedding day or any other function. You have to give hard disk of free space of at least 1 terabyte. So to avoid that, we prefer as storage devices are highly fragile these days, there is a risk of data corruption. So to avoid that, we prefer to have 2 copies of event data. We copy all the data in your hard disk and the other will be in our hard disk, which is called the master copy, right? Our team will work on editing directly from your hard disk, and once everything is finalized, we will copy the edited full HD high quality event videos in your hard disk and will deliver it to your house. And you could collect it from our studio too if you prefer. That is up to you. And this is how the mail goes on. This is called the pre-educating the client before the event, right? And the beauty of the email automation, that is what I believe in the automation a lot. Automation has to be there in all the businesses because it makes your work easy. The beauty of this email platform is this. I'll just show it over here. If the mail goes on, right? If the client miss my email, it checks, does the client has the following conditions. If the client has replied to the email, because at the bottom of the email, it is written over here, type noted as a reply to this mail if you have read this email. If the client does not reply, then if it is a no, it will check. If the email marketing system will check that if the client has replied to my email, if it's a no, then again it will send the same email, send an email hard disk notification, and then the system will again wait for the 2 days. If it's a yes, then it will put this to an automation end of the automation. But if it is a no, it will send the email to them once again, right? And this is how it will go on so that the client do not miss anything. Similarly, this is one way to educate the client before the shoot. It could be you could use educating the client through emails or through videos, YouTube videos that you can send them before the wedding or before their event in different ways. You could educate them onto your shooting style, right? What kind of shooting style you prefer. So sometimes I send the email to my client, do not expect us to be like old traditional posing and where we are just doing very traditional stuff. We are very silent shooters. We do not obstruct a lot of things. In your event, we prefer to have a very, very non-obstructive shooting style. This is again an email that I have for my clients. You can just see to educate the client, because the more you will educate the client upon your processes, upon your shooting style, upon the systems that you have in a company, the more the chances of clashes of thoughts will be less actually. So this is a pre-production thing. On production, Yes, onto the on production is a different stage altogether. So just onto the wedding day when the shooting is going on, it can be manually done through some by you or through your team lead about anything. Suppose so on to the wedding day you can just call them and wish them for the day and have some discussion of planning, like when are you reaching the banquet, when are you reaching the shooting, when are you reaching the farmhouse or whatever. So on production you have to see how can you educate the client onto the own production. And the third one is post production. It's very important to educate the client of your post production process, how much time you're going to take, what is up now the process after this, and how do the client or the couple have to give you the selection of the pictures for the photo books, right? It could be different. So I'll just type in over here. So song, wedding film instructions you have to send, then post production instructions, whatever it is you have to send, and it can be sent through mail, because you don't send this, the client will find you that you are lost, right? Post production instructions, this is called the educating the client, and it is very important in a wedding photography and filmmaking business, right? And I'll just open this. So how does it work? Post production, I'll just open it for you, and I'll just go once again to the over automation part, and will now take you into the concerned post production process. How does it work, right? Yes, if you see over here, I'll just go to the label now, and post event instructions. So it is labeling I have given it. So after wedding instructions, so I'll just open this, and it's a complete automated process. If you want to learn that, come in the live session or in the webinar. Just see if the recent session is happening onto this. See, date 1 after the contact's anniversary. The moment the client wedding is done, the mail will start to go on, right? So send an email, client wedding post production instructions. So what is this? I'll just open this for you. Similarly, it will wait for 1 day. It's a long automation I have set for my clients actually. If I just open it over here, you'll find all the instructions. Let me just show it to you right now. So guys, if you're loving this session, just type in the chat box loving it, right? And I just feel very impacted, like I'm impacting the my audience over there, right? So may God bless you to both enrich the path of relationship and all this stuff. Kindly note the post-production process instruction for your wedding and photography, as after paying up the outstanding amount. Yes, they have to pay the outstanding amount because you have to take it professionally. The work is good, everything is good, but they have to clear up the dues also, right? So I say that after paying up the outstanding amount, you have the following options to receive your data. We will upload all the data on the Google Drive or on our Grey White Studios app. We have an application of our own, and you can courier an external hard disk. That's it. And after that, all the things it goes on how many pictures they have to select for the photo books, and it is all mentioned in over here. Everything is mentioned over here, right? It is all mentioned over here. It is called the post production instructions at Grey White Studios, which we send to our client actually. So everything is mentioned into this post production instructions. How many pictures they have to select. You have to give a framework to them how they have to do, and this is the beauty of it. You are just relieved. You are into the complete God mode, sitting on the beach of Goa, and the systems are doing the work for you. You do not have to send these emails, or you do not have to hire anyone to send these emails to you, because it's the best employee that you have, the email marketing applications actually, and I use them rigorously at my company, right, at my office. So I'll just save and exit, and again I sent multiple conditions for that. If the client has seen the email, if they have not replied to the email, the mail will go once again, and it is all automated completely. You can do it manually also. You can send them manually also, but we have a lot of clients at my company, so it gets and I'm personally involved in a lot of things. I am personally involved right now in scaling up my company, growing my company, so it gets quite difficult to do all this stuff manually. And whatever you find repetitively doing at your company, you just see that if it can be automated through some systems, right? Even if you see the chatbot, if you people have been to my if you have been to my webinars, I show it over here. Even my Facebook chats, when the client comes onto my Facebook page and they start to have the conversation with onto the send message button, I have a chatbot installed over there, so it has a conversation with my client automatically, right? So this is how you have to educate the client through pre-production, on production, and post-production, right? The 3 steps. But it is very important to educate your client before you go on to shoot their event and after you shoot their event, right? If you found this video powerful, worthful, anything, just type in the chat box lovely. Just if you loved it, just type in the chat box lovely, right? And that's it, guys. And if you are looking to start your wedding photography business or any production company, if you are struggling with the marketing, getting the clients, how to do it, and scaling up, how to convert the clients, follow up with the clients, negotiate with the clients, how to send them the quotation, what should be the format, how to write the email, all these skills that comes into the business part of the photography thing, I continue. I usually host webinars on that or live session. session. Just see into the link if you find that. Just register for that and be a part of the webinar or the live session, right? So that's it. If you find this value video good, just type excellent or whatever you find that, and just go and do that. Now I just wish and hope that I must have been able to add a lot of value through this session on educating the client. And this is good, guys. And that's it. Thank you so much for turning up over here. And till then, stay happy, stay spiritual, and stay blessed. Thank you so much for being over here and giving up your time. Thank you so much.